Happy day students, welcome to class 7 English and today's topic is grammar and the worksheet number is 10. And our today's topic is voice that includes the different types of voice called active voice and passive voice. Before getting into voice, we should know what is the purpose of voice and why we are using it in our grammar. Voice is the quality of the verb which indicates whether the subject acts or being acted upon. We all know what is meant by a subject and what is meant by a verb. The subject is none other than the person who is doing an action, and verb is nothing but the action being performed by the subject. Here, to be very particular, the voice is the quality of the verb which indicates whether the subject acts on the verb or it is being acted upon. So how can we identify that? With the help of active voice and also passive voice. So what is meant by active voice first of all? So look at the example given over here. The boy hit the ball. The voice used to indicate that the grammatical subject of the verb is performing in the action. What is the subject of this particular verb? First, what is the verb here? Hitting. Hitting is the verb. So what is the subject of this particular verb hit? The boy. So when the grammatical subject of the verb is performing the action or causing the happening denoted by the verb, then it is called as an active voice. So when will the active voice be appropriate? Active voice adds clarity and places responsibility where it belongs. Active voice can make our writing more vivid. Okay, now let's get into the passive voice. What is the purpose of the passive voice? Look into the example. The same example I have converted into passive voice. The ball was hit by the boy, or the ball was hit. Okay, the voice used to indicate that the grammatical subject of the verb is the recipient and it is not the source as we discussed in the active voice. Then it is called as a passive voice. I repeat, the voice used to indicate that the grammatical subject of the verb is the recipient and not the source of the action. It is just the recipient. Okay, the ball was hit by the boy. Okay, in such case, the passive voice is appropriate when if the action is more important than the agent or if the agent is not known who had performed the action which is not described in the sentence. To connect ideas in different clauses or sentences more clearly, in these cases, we will be preferring passive voice over active voice. Okay, I hope I'm clear. Next, modals. In the very recent grammar concept, we have discussed about modals. So how you are going to use modals in case of active voice and passive voice? In case of active voice, the modal must be like should take. And in the case of passive voice, it must be like should be taken. Can take, can be taken. Could be taken. May take, may be taken. In these active voice and passive voice modals, what do you identify and what do you observe? In active voice, you can simply use the modal along with the verb. But in the passive voice, the form called be form is required in between the modal and the verb. And the verb is also getting converted into participle form. Should be taken, can be taken, must be taken, ought to be taken. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this active voice and passive voice modals. So, often, passive voice sentences will contain a preposition by, which is optional. Okay. Active voice will be referring it as I. In passive voice, you have to convert it into by me. We must be changed into by us. You will remain the same as by you. He will be getting converted into by him. She will be getting converted into by her. It will be converted into by it. They will be converted into by them. Sham, that is the name. Okay, don't get confused. Sham, Rekha, Priya, John, Raj. So these are all names. You have to use the same name along with the preposition by Rekha, by Sham, by John. Okay. So the general rules according to the tenses, when you're going for simple present tense, you have to use the active voice as take and takes. In case of passive voice, it must be is taken or taken according to the singular and plural rule. And present continuous is like am taking, is taking, are taking. When you are referring to the passive voice, it is like is being taken, are being taken. So when you are you should be very particular when you are using the continuous tense. You must use being, B-E-I-N-G. When we are going for present perfect, it must be like has taken, have taken. And here, when we are going for perfect tense, we need to use been. In the continuous tense, we have used ing form of the verb, right? So now we have to use been, has been taken, have been taken. That is very, very important. Now, coming to the simple past. So, simple past is very easy, right? Took, was taken, and were taken. When you're going for past continuous, it's like was, were taking, and was being taken, and were being taken. The same way. And past perfect is simple, which is like in the previous case for present perfect, you have used has taken and have taken. Now you have to use had taken, had been taken for passive voice. Okay, the same thing is applicable for simple future and future perfect. Will take will be taken, shall take will become shall be taken, and will have taken will become will have been taken. So it's time for examples. Look into the examples in the active voice. Look at the first example. Children like chocolates. It is in simple present. So how will you change it into passive voice? Chocolates are liked by children. So look at the next one. Someone has stolen my pen. My pen has been stolen. And by someone is optional. You can use it and you can even avoid using it. Okay. Look at the last one. Will the postman deliver the letters? Will the letters be delivered by the postman? So when you're going for the future tense, you have to use the be form of the verb. That is very, very important. Okay. I hope the active voice and passive voice video will be helpful for you all to learn better about it. Thank you so much for listening to me. Have a nice day.